do you have to start out with this week?
Okay, our first one. Do you think Nebraska's starting quarterback for the 2024 season is currently on the roster?
Whoa, what a question.
I think you have to say yes for now until we know what happens, until we see the pool of things that open and how because what if Steve Sipple, they make a bowl, they win a bowl with one of these two quarterbacks?
Yeah, you have to leave open the possibility of significant progress for not only Heinrich Harburg, but for Jeff Sims and Chubba Purdy.
Yeah, what if Chubba Purdy turns into Brock Purdy, who, by the way, is freaking good?
Yeah, Brock Purdy. Yeah, we can get to that later. But for sure, you have – I just leave open the possibility that they're going to make incremental leaps, especially Heinrich Harburg, who's in his first year as a starter, sophomore, first year of college action. His leap should be pretty sizable. And if you're a Nebraska fan, I would like to think you hope that you see those going forward. Because if he makes – well, Sean, I mean, they're really hurting on offense right now because of injuries. They need him. They need him to be good.
Well, and who in the portal can you get that you know for sure is going to be better than those guys?
Right. I hate that whole fallback mentality. And these guys are so. Let's just go to the portal.
Well, and if you take one from the portal, you might lose two from your roster.
Right. So I'm not only saying leave open the possibility of improvement from Heinrich Harburg, but Jeff Sims. The big wild card is we don't see practice. You know, every day they're practicing. Every day the coaches are laying eyes on him and then watching film of him, breaking down everything. I think if you're a Nebraska fan, you hope against hope that it looks good, in practice, and that they're confident with these guys. So, yeah, I would the question is, do you think Nebraska's starting QB is currently on the roster for 2024? Yeah, I do. I think so.
Odds are yes. All right, next question.
Our next one. Is Tony White going to be hard to keep on this staff after this season?
I think he will be. But again, like, is he looking for a group of five head job? Okay, I'm going to throw one out there. Like, what if San Diego State opens? That's a job that it's been talked about because they've kind of slipped back. He's got a West Coast background.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego State would be a
match.
Great job for Tony White. And if they went at him, I think he'd look at that. And
gosh,
they can pay – San Diego State can pay like $3
million?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
2 to 3.
Okay.
They're going to pay, so like what would be the number they'd have to raise him? Because right now White makes, I would not say significantly, but quite a bit less than Satterfield. Now they both make over $1 million, but Satterfield is the higher paid of the two coordinators. I do think it's safe to say Tony White's going to get a raise by the end of the year.
Yeah, he's intriguing. Sean, to put it this way, going into the season, would you have expected at the midpoint that they'd be number 22 nationally in yards per play allowed? They are number 20. They're a top 25 defense, Sean. I mean, they're ninth against the run. I think a ninth nationally. Yeah, they are ninth nationally against the run.
It's similar. I mean, it's not quite like Bo Pelini 03 because that was quite a jump they made. I mean, when you talk about the turnovers they forced that 03 season, but he's had that type of impact on this team, the way the defense is playing year over year.
Who would have expected that? Sean, what if in August I would have said, hey, I think this defense can be a top 25 defense? You would have said, okay, simple, calm down.
Considering we knew nothing about Tony White or the 3-3-5, and a lot of people were critical of the 3-3-5, I think the 3-3-5 is a scheme a lot of people are going to start running. I think it gives a lot of problems to defense or offense.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to make that evaluation, but it looks good to me.
All right, next question.
Okay, what are your reactions to Omaha Central lineman Caleb Pyfrom decommitting from Illinois, and is Nebraska back in this one?
I can't get a read on if it was him or them, like why the breaking happened, but I would have to think it was him. And there's a lot of rumblings about Missouri being in the picture. I don't believe Nebraska is in the picture. I never got the sense that they were totally in love with Caleb Pyfrom. They recruited him. They offered him an opportunity to come to Nebraska. He chose to extend out the process in June and take more visits, kind of putting Nebraska after his visits happened. And then they filled up and they told him that. So I don't see how that's changed as far as their numbers. Okay. Next question.
Okay. Why is Rhule calling untimely timeouts? I think he had 3 early in the third quarter last game. And are him and Satterfield not agreeing on play calls or what's going on there?
Boy, I mean, Sean, the second part of that, is, well, a head coach and an offensive coordinator aren't always going to agree. I'm not soft pedaling that, Abby. I'm not dodging it. I mean, it's hard to know, and you'll never get a straight answer. I mean, Rhule doesn't want that, that narrative to crop up because it becomes a distraction. People fixate on things like that. He doesn't need that, so he's never going to admit it. What's said on headsets, I think, would boggle people's mind. I mean, I do. I mean, I know what happens on headsets, and it's fairly predictable. I still think it'd freak people out.
Who was it? Was it Papuchis thought that he was going to be fired, or one of the coaches under Pelini?
Oh God, the Pelini headset stories are
like guys
incredible.
legitimately thought they might be out of work after the game,
right?
And then Bo just talked to him like nothing happened,
right? But I've heard, and not just the Pelini head coaching time, just basically it just gets kind of rough on those things. But anyway, why is Rhule calling untimely timeouts, Sean? I'll let you handle that one. Is he calling untimely timeouts?
I think they've had a couple where the play clock gets down or the look, but I mean, that's just football. I'm not going to make a big deal about that.
Have they been, I asked these questions like I haven't watched the games, but have they been caught in the fourth quarter short? Not really.
Now, the management situation at the end of the half at Illinois, especially when Harburg threw instead of running.
Bad management.
And Rhule called that out, that they called the QB run and Harburg checked or did a throw.
Bad management.
So that should get your attention. But all right, Abby, we got time. Final question. What do you have?
Okay, our last one. If you could drink only water and one other drink for the rest of your life, what would you pick? And it can be alcoholic or not.
Oh, gosh.
Milk.
It's a hard one.
Milk. I'd have to have milk.
Milk?
Yeah.
Over margaritas?
Yeah. I'd have to have milk. I can't not have milk. Sean, I'm a big milk drinker.
I would. So water's one of them, right?
Yeah.
Water, milk.
I'd have to have Americanos. Like I need to.
That's fair.
If you ask me caffeine versus alcohol, like beer, I mean, I still think the caffeine is more necessary.
Yeah, especially you got two daughters and me, my family situation. We need caffeine. I might even rethink it, Abby. I might need coffee. I mean, we can't. Now, if we were retired and sitting on a beach, what would you say?
Margarita.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
what would you say? What would your alcohol be? Are you beer?
I would probably, because I don't think I'd want to just like drink heavy whiskey cocktails all day. I mean,
why not?
That'd be a problem. It'd be a problem for a lot of people.
Is that a problem? You're not working. Your kids are grown.
I'm a Coors Light, twist off 16-ounce buy. I do enjoy Whistle Pig whiskey.
Okay.
Robin, in fact, shot me a picture from his hotel in Minneapolis, and he was enjoying a nice Whistle Pig.
Just now?
No, last night, the night before, not during the Media Days event.
Hello. Hey, that's a great question. I don't know who.
That's a hard one.
It's a really good one.
And by the way, I do think there's a possibility Steve Sipple might have a post-game margarita delivered for the post-game show. So we'll stay tuned on that if that comes through. But I've got people have inquired about delivering you the post-game margarita.
Well, I would welcome that. It might help my mood.
And we got 2:30 games, so it's doable this week.
Okay. Yeah.
And the next week probably is 2:32. But all right. Thank you, Abby.
Of course.
Abigail.